Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to texture your map for your Gorilla Tag fan game inside Blender. So it's going to be really simple today. I'm just going to be showing you how to apply the textures and where you can get your textures from, and how to make it all look pretty inside Unity and all. So let's get straight into this one. All right, so first thing what we're going to do is we're going to go onto our model. And if you guys haven't watched the last video, go watch that. It's how to make this map, and this is just a basic simple map that I just designed. So go watch that video if you want to know how to make a map like this. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come down here to material mode. We can see the material that we have assigned to this, and pretty much what we're going to do is rename this one if you don't already have one. Create a new material by either clicking this plus and creating new, and pretty much you'll see this. What we're going to do is rename this material to walls. We're going to rename this material to walls. So this is going to be our wall texture. And see, if we click select, it selects the whole thing, which is not exactly what we want because we have a roof and a floor. So now what we're going to want to do is click this little Z up here to go to the Z axis and drag and select everything. Oh, make sure you're on the face mode. Or click, so you could either click up here or click 3 on your keyboard to select the face modes. And just make sure all of these now are selected by clicking on the Z and dragging over. Now that they're all selected, I'm going to create a new texture by clicking the plus and then clicking new. I'm going to name this one roof. Now what I'm going to do with this is click assign. Now, if I click off, I can see if I click on my roof texture and then click select, it selects the roof and the material that will be applied to it. I'm going to do the exact same, but for the floor. So I'm going to hit the negative Z axis, create a new material, and name it floor. Whoa. Now I'm going to click assign. And now we can see that not only my roof and floor and walls have a texture, but also my floor. So now that everything has its separate texture, walls, roof, and floors, now what I can do is make the actual texture go onto this and make sure they all fit. So what we're going to want to do is go into our material projected mode. So this is viewport shading material preview, and this is your standard one. So we're going to go to this one right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold control and then hit A. So hold control and then hit A. Now what we're going to do is go to the apply tab that popped up and click scale. So we're going to apply the transformation scale. Very simple. It just applies pretty much what the object is in Unity or in Blender. So whatever this scale of this object is will be applied to its UVs. So nothing stretches, and it just kind of makes it so it's harder for the UVs to stretch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up to this top left corner, and you see how my mouse goes from this to this little 4 arrow, like the 4 lines. You're going to, when you see that, you're going to want to drag it over to the middle of your screen like this, and it'll create 2 screens. Now we're going to come here to this little ball bouncing on this grid, and come here and go to UV editor. Make sure to save your project as you're doing this. I hit hold control and hit S, which is a quick way to save your project. So just by the way, save your project every once in a while. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything and hit U on my keyboard. Now you have a lot of options, and this is the UV mapping section. Unwrapping is a lot of things that people will tell you to do. It's not always the correct thing to do, though. So a lot of people use Smart UV Project. Pretty much lays everything out in a smart way that the AI, will call it. It's not really AI. It's Blender. Tries to figure out the best way to reformat this UVs to make it not stretch. And sometimes this gets wrong. But since we already know what we started off with, which was a cube, we could just hit cube projection. Boom. Now you can see our map perfectly. Now, this may end up a little funky, but we're going to fix it here in a minute. So the way now we could test this is we want wall textures, of course. So what we're going to want to do is come over here into our browser, and we're going to just go ahead and look up Ambient CG. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Ambient CG, right here. I'll put a link to it in the description if y'all are too lazy to type it in. So pretty much, we're going to go to Ambient CG, and we're just going to look up, I want it to be a brick texture, so brick. I'm going to look up brick. And just find the texture you like for your walls. I want this cool style of all broken down. So I'm going to download this zip. It should take only a few seconds. And I normally only download the 1K PNG or JPG because really no point of upscaling it so much because you're going to pixelate it anyways. So once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and extract this files that we have downloaded. So just go to your downloads and go to files and extract all. Just go ahead and extract this wherever it already is. It's fine. Or if you have a certain file you want to use for it, that's okay too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just minus these and go back to Blender. Now what I'm going to do is go here to walls. I'm going to go to my walls texture. Now I'm going to click this little yellow dot by base color. A huge thing opens. Textures, colors, converter, and input. What we're going to do is click image texture. This makes it so now we can import an image or our texture as a texture in Blender. Now we're just going to click open and go to wherever you saved that file. So wherever your bricks one is, which is right here. You're going to want to find color JPG or PNG, whatever one you downloaded. And you can see here that it downloaded. And now I can scale this. So since this is super big and I don't want this like this, I'm just going to come over here, click on here and hit A. Now I'm going to hit S and then just drag out to the scale I want. So about there probably. And now you can see that my walls all have a brick texture on them. And these are a little bit shiny, so I'm going to turn up the roughness and maybe a little bit of metallic because I want it a bit darker. Now you can see your textures on there, and of course you could change the pixelization inside Unity when you import this. So now I'm going to do the same for the roof and the floors. So I like this one for my roof and this one for my floor. And boom, that's how you texture your map. And now that we have it fully textured, you may be asking, how do I put this into Unity though? It's really simple. Now, you can import blend files into your Unity. So when you save your Blender file or your project, it saves it as a .blend. You could just drag and drop that straight into Unity. So what we're going to do is you drag and drop your blend file straight into Unity, and the textures that you used here, all you got to do is just drag those into Unity too, and it automatically applies it for you. Done. Your entire map is fully done and textured. And of course, you can get more complicated with it by adding beams and doing different textures and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. Eventually, shaders come around and you can even blend textures together. If y'all want more tutorials like this, make sure to comment down below what I should do next. And if these tutorials help, make sure to maybe subscribe and maybe even like the video. Really does help me out. I'll see y'all next time.